following is for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome back to our BioShock Remaster playthrough. I believe this will probably be the last episode in this playthrough. So we're going to go ahead and continue on and take on Fontaine in the final boss sequence here. Or fight sequence, I guess you should say. Okay, you ever not rescued or harvested all the little sisters on this deck? You need Adam from them to become more powerful. Whatever. I am probably going to be alright. Let's go ahead and move on. Worst case scenario, I die and it doesn't work out. I didn't want to go looking for those little sisters. It took too long, so I was like, whatever. Now,
the little ones will lead you to Fontaine, but you must protect them.
Angels don't wait for slowpokes.
Okay, so there is a little bit more we gotta do. Protect this little baby and make sure we get through.
You don't even remember most of it. Put you on a soap when you were just a sprout.
It is kind of hard to see in this thing.
No time to waste.
Just like not used to it. I forgot that we had to wear this thing when we were fighting.
Hurry, Mr. B.
Okay, there we go. There's some splicers to fight. I saw one right. Oh.
Time to go, Mr. B. Hurry, Mr. B.
I didn't see where that splicer went. I saw it for a quick second.
Dancing in the sky.
Whatever.
Hurry, Mr. B.
I really wound you up with that wife and child bit. Oh, me poor Moira. I me wee baby Patrick. Maybe one day I'll get me a real family. They play well with the suck.
There we go. I wonder why that guy took so long.
Hurry,
There you
Mr.
go.
B. I can see the angel dancing in the sky. Hurry, hurry, Mr. Bubbles. Hop, hop, Mr. B. No time to waste.
I think we're okay. Yeah, that guy's gross.
Look, Mr. Bubbles.
Look at them.
Adam.
Even though they are physically free of the need to gather, each one's mental conditioning still holds them to their terrible task.
I'm
For
a good
sins
girl,
such as
Mr. B.
these, they can never atone.
I can see the angel dancing in the sky. It was
There we go.
This angel looks like it's dancing. Hurry, Mr. B.
There's definitely gonna be more than that, right?
Angels are waiting for that kiss. Hurry.
Looks like it's one at a
Hurry,
time.
Mr. Bubbles.
I don't want to leave this little girl behind. There we go.
Don't be a slowpoke, Mr. B. Angels don't wait for slowpoke.
creepy as hell.
Dream time, Mr. B. Hurry!
What is
Hurry,
taking
Mr.
you so long,
Bubbles.
kid? Let's get moving.
Time to go, Mr. B.
I don't have a lot of ammo on this thing. I heard this is really good against the final boss, Fontaine.
Angels don't
Trap
wait for
bolts.
slowpokes. Hop, hop, Mr. B. No time to waste. Hurry, hurry, Mr. Bubbles.
Okay.
Watch out!
I
For
can
certain, their
smell
harvesting will draw the attention of this slicer.
Don't be a slowpoke, Mr. B. Angels don't wait for slowpokes. Hmm. It looks sad, Mr. B.
Oh, that was a good shot.
Hop, hop, Mr. B. No time to waste. This angel looks like it's dancing. Hurry, Mr. B. I can
His little flop over was so good.
dancing.
He's just
in
like,
the
whoop.
sky. Adam,
This was awesome too. That flip is so solid. Love it.
hurry, Mr. B. Angels are waiting for
Okay. Easy, kid. Easy.
Time to go, Mr. B. Hurry, Mr. B. Hurry, Mr. B. Angels are waiting for
Oh my god, I get it. The angels. Yeah. I'm gonna send you there myself if you don't shut up.
I can see the angels dancing.
What is that thing doing?
Hurry, Mr. B. I can see the angels dancing in the sky.
Looked like it was trying to threaten me.
Hop, hop, Mr. B. No time to waste.
Dang, she took a lot of damage from that.
Time to go, Mr. B.
Okay, let's go ahead and save it. Again, I've had some trouble with this game. It's been like crashing on me. I've made comment about that in the previous episodes, but it's just important that I save it frequently to avoid that in the future.
Hurry, hurry, Mr. Bubbles.
There's a camera somewhere here.
Don't be a slowpoke, Mr. B.
What I was thinking. Never spliced up once the whole time I was down here in this aquarium. Thinking it was bad to mix business with pleasure, but... Forget all the nose candy and floor polish I've been wasting time with. This stuff is the mother's milk.
The mother's milk. Ugh.
Hurry,
After watching
Mr.
The
B.
Boys on
I can see the angel
Amazon,
dancing
it
in the sky.
has a whole new meaning for me.
Mr. B, hit him!
Oh,
Mr. B, no time to waste.
Hurry! The harvesting will draw the attention of this slicer.
yeah, it's fine. How does it draw attention from the splicers, I wonder?
Angels don't wait for slowpokes. Is that something now? That is a pretty angel, Mr. B.
Oh.
I'm a star, not you! I'm a good girl, Mr. B. Hurry, Mr. B. Angels are waiting.
As I say!
Hurry! Hurry, Mr. Bubbles!
They fall over like a cardboard cutout of themselves.
Hurry, Mr. B! I can see the angels dancing in the sky.
Yeah. I hate these big clopping feet. It's so distracting. Like, it makes sense, but it's very intrusive to my ear holes.
Don't be a slowpoke, Mr. B. Angels don't wait for slowpokes.
Oh, crap. Take forever to reload. Dude, I'm trying, but I can't hit it. Damn. The thing was ridiculous. He kept on hitting me, and I just couldn't. It wouldn't let me
Better for
reload.
the girls to be with you. Better with you than alone. Alone in the crawling darkness.
Hurry, Mr. B. Angels are waiting for our kisses.
Would have been really nice if they would have given her a few more lines of dialogue. Just saying.
Don't be a slowpoke, Mr. B. Angels don't wait for slowpokes. Hurry, Mr. B. I can see the angels dancing in the sky.
Boy.
Hurry, Mr. B. Angels are waiting for us.
That might be plenty for the working scrubs and the pencil pushers, but I need more. More! I want to splice till there ain't nothing left to splice with!
Fontaine is nearby. You are reaching close.
Hurry, Mr. B. I can see the angels dancing in the sky.
Let's see. Do I have? You know what? There is actually one that I missed. Let's see if I can find out what I've got here. Freezing is good. Electrical attacks, fire. Yes. I want the bees. Yes. This one apparently is supposed to be really, really good against Fontaine in the end. Actually, let's take a look at one more thing. Okay. Eve Link, Metaweapon, nah. Overload tiles on hacking, doesn't matter. Clear adventure, safe, alarm, focused hacker. Nope, don't care about that. Combat is where it's at. Okay. Armored shell. Wrench jockey. Static discharge. You take less damage with electricity, you deal more damage when you use electrical attacks. Quiets your footsteps, don't care about that. Electric flesh 2. Wrench lurker. Quiets your foot. No. Frozen field. Take much less damage from cold. Okay. Wonder if we can do something else with this. Get more bang for your research buck with damage carrier analysis for the increases damage bonuses gained from research. What does that mean? Yeah, that should be fine.
There. You must use the needle of the little sister to drain Fontaine of his atoms. It is the only way to defeat him.
Here,
Fontaine waits above. There will be no going back from here.
Okay.
Make sure you are ready to face him before moving on.
I think I've got everything. And we're gonna go ahead and use this. Ew, I hate the way the hand looks. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and save it here as well. Yeah, we didn't need all those little sisters. I can't imagine him. I would have done that back in 2007 when I first played this game. I don't have the patience for that. The eggs from the scramble randomly taken down Fontaine. Okay, I didn't want to read that anyway.
I remember when me and the crowd put you in that sub. You were no more than 2. You were my ace in the hole. But you were also the closest thing I ever had to a son. And that's why this hurts. Betrayal, kid. Life ain't strictly business.
Okay, so here he is. Rain is at me. Gotta do that 4 times.
Come again!
There we go. So look how much damage these bolts do. Oh, yikes.
You think you got a shot at this? I'm barely getting started.
Looks kind of like Electro from the Marvel games.
Enough moms to watch my back while I recharge.
I think there's like no damage fall off from a distance on this.
Then I'm gonna cut you into bits.
Just stay moving.
Catch my breath. I had you built. I sent you topside. I called you back, showed you what you was capable of. Even that life you thought you had, that was something I dreamed up and had tattooed inside your head. Now, if you don't call that family, I don't know what is. And now,
Oh god. It's a good thing I didn't kill all of them, huh?
They offered you everything, yes. And in return, you gave them what I have come to expect of you. Brutality.
Oh. I wasn't gonna do that. I promise that wasn't my intention. But we got a bad ending. Only killed a few of them. My intention...
You took what you
Okay.
wanted. All the Adam, all
That's
the
so
power.
dumb. Would not have done that.
And the Rapture trembled. But in the end, even the Rapture was not enough for you.
Oh?
Your father was terrified the world would try to steal the secrets of his city. But not you, for now you have stolen the terrible secrets of the world.
That's a little excessive, don't you think? That doesn't really make a lot of sense. So I killed a couple of little girls just so I can get their powers? Like, but I saved more than I killed, right? Okay, maybe not, but that's alright. Well, there's whatever. This game has its flaws story-wise, but overall, really great experience. I'd say 8 out of 10. The that ending was really dumb though. Like, I didn't do enough to suggest that that's what I wanted to do. You know, like choices in this game don't really matter. So it's not like we were given a lot of choices and I consistently made bad choices. It was specifically that I made one of two choices a couple of times. That's it. But whatever. I think that that must wrap it up. Let's take a look and see what's the additional content. Welcome to the BioShock Challenge Rooms. Please note that while this is a BioShock product, it is not meant to extend the BioShock story or connect to the narrative events of the main game. This is a separate product intended to be enjoyed on its own merits. We do recommend that you play BioShock first to gain familiarity with the game's interface and systems. These challenges require a mixture of puzzle solving, exploration, combat, and experimentation. Blah, 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 blah. I don't care about that. What's in the museum? Yeah, so that was kind of silly. There should have been, like, a final choice that would give you the ending. It'd be like, okay, so you've defeated Atlas. What do? Do you take all the power for yourself, or do you do the right thing and not do that? You know what I mean? That's what should have happened. Whatever, that's dumb. Welcome to the Museum of Orphaned Concepts, a guided tour of ideas that Irrational Games discarded or reworked heavily during the making of the original BioShock. That's really cool. An interactive way to look at this stuff. That's amazing. I didn't know this was part of the game. That's brilliant. Okay, we're going to spend some time here real fast since this is much shorter than the rest of the videos. But that's so cool. Let's see. Exhibit, Early Bouncer. This original model for the bouncer type of Big Daddy featured a flat-headed drill at the end of each arm. The Big Daddies were envisioned as the builders of Rapture, with weapons modified from tools they would have used in its construction. When the Gatherers were reimagined as little sisters, one of the bouncer's drills was changed to a gloved hand so that the other two characters could interact with each other. Very, very cool. This is one of the most clever things I've ever seen them do, like anyone do in a video game, is give you a first-person perspective to explore unused and original content. Irrational's internal name for this prototype Big Daddy variant, who mauled players with an enormous hook and fired iron bearings from a barrel, stood for slow projectile effed up melee. He survived long enough to become a fully functional AI, but the team eventually cut him to focus on polishing the other Big Daddy types. This model later appeared in BioShock 2 as the Rumbler, throwing miniature turrets instead of cannonballs. That's truly amazing. I'm really impressed by this. This is really cool for fans, but this is also a really cool concept that I wish people or developers would do in more games, you know? What is this stuff? Gatherer. Exhibit, the Gatherer. It may be hard to imagine that this creature, whose job it was to reclaim atom corpses around Rapture, was the easiest iteration of the idea behind Little Sister. Since the Gatherer generated absolutely no sympathy from players, the team experimented with concepts for featuring a number of animals, including the infamous dog in a wheelchair, and later a grotesque miniature humanoid. Finally, a concept sketch of a deformed child inspired a eureka moment responsible for the Little Sisters. I can actually jump in here. That's kind of interesting. Wow, look at all this stuff. Okay, we're probably not going to read all of this. We'll take a look and see what we got going on. What the hell is this? This gray elephantine splicer was an early grenadier from the same period of development as Stitchy the Hooker. He was a guy who spliced to carry around giant grenades and throw them at you, says lead artist Sean Robertson. The model was built and textured but never animated. Yeah, you only see really thin type splicers, don't you? Wow, could you imagine how many different games could benefit from something like this? Having like an early look into development and stuff. Environment study. Location depicted there was built for the Vision demo of BioShock, a small level demonstrating several of the key elements of the game, such as the Big Daddies and Gatherers. This area appears in Neptune's bounding level of BioShock, but the bodies floating in the ocean were cut late in development when their cast shadows proved too distracting from the action of the room. Oh, that would have been cool. I would have liked that. You see corpses lying around in the game, but it often feels like they're splicers. But seeing innocent civilians floating in the water would have really added to like a sort of horror type element. This must be a spider splicer or whatever. Hooker, just kidding. Created around the same time as Stitchy and the Grenadier, this splicer was dubbed the Hooker because of her weapon of choice. This concept evolved into the Spider Splicer. Okay, when it was decided that that splicer models could fill any behavior role, and the Hooker model later became the Baby Jane Splicer. Very curious. You know, not that I would be asking for more, but they could have taken things like one step further and gave you a game mode where all these unused concepts were like enemies that you would fight. That'd be kind of neat. Let's see. Concept art. Very interesting. Oh, mama. Oh, yeah, this is nuts. Ranged aggressor. Stitchy. The first splicer that Irrational created for BioShock. Stitchy was used in many early concept demos and was fully functional in-game with kinematics, hit reactions, and voiceover. It took us that long to realize he wasn't a good model, says lead artist Sean Robertson. This is probably the worst abortion that Irrational's ever made. I wonder why they thought that. I mean, he looks like, I don't know, what would you call this? Some sort of southern white trash monster mutant missing an arm. Ah, Stitchy. I get it. Early splicer concept art. Yeah, I'm glad they kept him a little bit more human. I don't like all this. Pre-Yam Hand. Before solidifying the fiction around Adam, Irrational experimented with the idea of it being an external injected substance. Here you can see us playing around with Adam being mechanically injected, said lead artist Sean Robertson. So this splicer's got vials of it on his belt. This model was created but never made it into the game in any form. Yeah, I don't like this. Yeah. That's not BioShock. I mean, it is because it's in BioShock, but it's not BioShock. Early splicer concept art. Big Daddy splicer concept art. Or, sorry, why did I say that? Big Daddy concept art. That one looked like it was moving a second. Neat art. Concept sketch big what would be later become Submarine Bay, an area which housed an important scene for Atlas. Yeah, that's right, but we didn't actually get a chance to spend a lot of time in there. Fleet Hall. Whoa. Yam Hand. Interesting. Character, derisively, I'm not sure what that... That's not a word you hear in common English lexicon, so I'm not sure what that is. Called Yam Hand around Irrational Games was the poster child of the conceptual phase that preceded the decision to go with human enemies. I'd point out that the drawings behind the model, says lead artist Sean Robertson, okay, you can see the top one got built, but the other two informed the design as well. As we trended more towards humanoids, the Scooby monsters got goofier and less scary. I don't know about you, but that one looks pretty scary. Yeah, that sort of like scarecrow bagged head is pretty interesting. Early creature concepts. The hell? These are some of the earliest pieces done for BioShock from back when Irrational was still working on SWAT 4. The only concrete ideas at that point were an undersea city and biological experimentations. Early concepts focused on those themes. These are some of the earliest pieces done for BioShock back when Irrational was still working on SWAT 4. Yeah, okay, see, it's the same dialogue. Ew. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I like the octopus and how it's like stuck inside its head like that. Blood on inside of glass porch, slime from slug, tarnished brass. This was a fourth protector concept originally created with an organic slug attached to it. A model was started but never completed as the team narrowed their focus to 3 and finally just 2 Big Daddy types. I still like this as a protector, says artist Rob Waters. We started modeling and I really pushed to get it in, even as just a static model on the floor, but it never made it. That would have been cool. I could see how it'd be a static model. Maybe like this is in some sort of like, I don't know, aquarium, and maybe they have like some sort of fish tank that breaks open and a octopus or something like that gets out and like just sits on it. That doesn't really look like a normal octopus, so it looks like a mutant, but could have gotten a variation. Oh my god, why does this look like sexy Squidward? Ew. I don't like that. Missing link model. This character is essentially the missing link between the grotesque early designs and the human splicers that appeared in BioShock. This is the last bad model we did before moving on to what actually went into the shipping game, says lead artist Arms. After playing with him for a while, we just said, why don't we use humans instead? I always thought of these as Scooby-Doo monsters because they were too inhuman to invoke empathy. Exhibit hanging sea life. Not as much as a concept as an Easter egg for observant museum visitors, these sea creatures can be seen swimming past the player's view during the bathysphere ride down to Rapture in BioShock's opening sequence. How's that an Easter egg? This is really cool. This is super, super cool. I'm very impressed with this. But I think that wraps it up then. I think we're just over a 30-minute mark. And that concludes our BioShock playthrough, specifically BioShock Remastered. Had a lot of fun with this. Ran into some technical trouble here and there with a couple of crashes. Obviously, there were some other glitches that we experienced along the way, but for the most part, great experience. I don't like how the ending went down, but of course, that's my fault. Wow, we're actually still in Rapture. This is a museum in Rapture. That's super cool. Although it doesn't look like there's any, like, life out there, though. You can see the buildings, but there's no, like, you don't see the motion of the water. You don't see fish or anything out there. Still, though, really great time. This was cool. This is also really a fun exploration opportunity for us to look into the minds and designs of those that were putting together what ultimately became BioShock. But that's it for me. No more rambling. Just thought this was really cool. Hope you enjoyed this little exploration here in the museum, as well as the final episode overall, where we defeated Fontaine. Not too bad. Pretty easy, actually. But before you go, if you don't mind, hit that like button if you liked the video. If you didn't like it anyway. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Super easy. One like, one subscribe. Just click, 2 seconds. Super easy. If you have any feedback for me, anything you want to get off your chest or want to say, leave it down in the comment section. I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. We'll continue on with a brand new playthrough tomorrow with new episodes debuting daily on the Marcanine channel at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so hopefully you're looking forward to that. In the meantime, take care of yourselves, be well, and I will see you next time when we start a brand new, fresh gameplay video. All right, guys. I'll see you later.